As always, thank you guys for being here and covering our Lobos. So, a good weekend. I think we leave with a lot of good information and a deeper understanding of our team and deeper understanding of our depth. Obviously, I thought we played two really good matches on Thursday night and Friday night, and I thought Saturday slipped through our fingers. And a little disappointed, but also at the end of the day, we need those reps. We need the resiliency. We need the fact that, hey, we can come up short, we can come back and get right back to work and get on the attack, which is what they did yesterday in training. So I was really impressed with our group yesterday. And we get three great tests this week with North Dakota in 2 nights. They're averaging, 2,500 fans a night, and that's a tough environment to play in up there. And then we got Montana, who is off to a slower start, but a very good team, who's just waiting to kind of click it into gear. And then Green Bay, who's playing very well. So it's another great weekend of tests coming at us, and we're excited to get out and get on the road and do what we do, which is to go and compete.
Coach, what did you see against Utah Tech that you had to regather and say, all right, we can't do this week?
Yeah, great question. I think what really showed was, hey, when we have some adversity to our lineup, which is what we had, when we have that, where can people fill in the gaps? And not only where can people fill in the gaps, but where can people elevate what's happening on the court? And does that mean we move a left side to a right side? Does that mean we move a middle to the right side? Does that mean we move a DS or a defensive specialist to come in and pass and defend in somebody else's back court when they're in the rotations, we're in the back row? So it gave us a real-time test that we hadn't prepared for, and so we're better for it. We're absolutely better for it. I absolutely despise losing, and so we've had a lot of sleepless nights as a staff going, okay, what are we going to do if we're ever in this spot again? But in order to know that information, you have to go through that, and that's what I've tried to convey to my team yesterday, and we just have to. And yes, it hurts, and yes, there's heartache, and there's pain that comes along with the discomfort of a loss. But there's got to be something we pull from it, and what we pull from it is, hey, we need to develop different strategies and different tactics when things do, one, start to slip away, but two, when you have some adversity to your lineup, because there's no team that goes unscathed for 3.5 months of a rigorous season. So I think that would be our biggest takeaways.
How much do you like those, five sets? Just because you battle together, longer, and you're just learning a lot, especially early in the season.
Yeah, I like winning in 3, but I prepare my team. The end of every conversation we have in the locker room is that we are preparing and prepared to play 5 sets of the hardest volleyball of our lives. And if I haven't prepared us for that during the week, then that's on me. If they haven't prepared for that, that's on them. And so we say, hey, we're teaming up together and partnering together to prepare for these types of moments. And so do I like it? I love it. I love competing. I love watching this team compete. I like seeing the team get pushed and seeing how far they can push back and how hard they can push back and what are their responses going to be in those moments. Because we know that's what's coming at us. The Mountain West is considered in the top 6 conferences for volleyball in the country. And so that is some very, very high level of play week in, week out. And there's only one way to get ready for that, and that's going through these gauntlet type moments. Late in the 5th set, hey, how well can we play? And we got to see that, hey, we came up a little bit short and there's some areas we need to shore up. And so that's what we're addressing this week.
Coach, do you prepare for a 5th set differently because it's shorter? Like, do you have to prepare the team differently for that?
Great question. Yeah, the reality is it's a 15-point sprint, and it's an absolute sprint, and there's got to be some management, risk management in that. Hey, how well do we serve over time? How well are we attacking out of system and in system? Our defensive urgency. There's just got to be an understanding that, hey, you're not going to get this point back. Not that you get it back in a 25-point set, but in a 15-point set, it is an absolute sprint. So yes, we do a couple different things in training to prepare for 15-point sets, and where we're literally monitoring how teams are scoring and how teams are not scoring. To determine, hey, what are the areas that we've got to be cleaner in over a longer period of time when it comes to a 5th set opportunity. And so we're 1-1 in 5th sets, and we've learned a lot in both of those matches.
Coach, how are you feeling so far? It's Athena, Madison, and Angela, just the transfers right there. How do you feel like they're coming together just at the start of the season?
Yeah, we didn't know what we didn't know about some of those players, and we're learning a ton about them as we go. And one thing we're learning is just how committed they are to this team, how bought in they are. There's a love for their teammates that I not that I didn't expect it, but it's catching me off guard at times. Like, hey, they're bonding with freshmen. I mean, some of them are 22, 23-year-old international grad transfers, and they're walking out of the gym together, laughing, hooting, holler. I mean, they've got a great vibe about them. They're bought into our program, and I'm excited for them that they're going to finish their careers on a note that is what it is, which is playing in the Lobo uniform. And so it gives me goosebumps to know, hey, these guys are going to end on their terms the way they want to end. And so obviously we're just at the beginning of this season, but they're buying in and they're embracing every moment they get with this group, and it's really cool to see.